Kawasaki X300 2020. No ABS, and I don't want ABS. Done a lot to this since I got it. I installed crash bars. I got those off Amazon. I put the top case on the back and those soft saddle bags. And I put a 12-volt plug in here, right where underneath that tape there. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here. And then I just put the Puga touring windshield, which came with a scratch. They're gonna give me a discount. I don't want to ship it back. I'm gonna go with it. Easy install. Just take the other one out, and you got to put these dampeners in. You put these base bolts in first. I'm trying to take this cap off. Won't come off. Anyway, there's some base bolts that go in first underneath the windshield into the fairing. And there's a damper and a grommet that go on, like a grommet, rubber grommet that goes through the windshield, you know, through the windshield part. And then there's like a sleeve that goes on the bolt that goes in, and it's an Allen head, and you just screw it into the base screw that you put in beforehand. Then these caps go over the top of the Allen heads. But it's an easy install. It took less than 10 minutes. I had an extender on my other stock windshield that was almost the same height as this, but what that does, it causes the windshield to flex a lot, right? This is just one piece about the same height as what I had with the extender, maybe slightly taller. I still feel stuff around my head. I'm not tall or anything, but I think I got a long upper body. But there's a little bit of noise around my head, but my body's completely shielded by the thing, so I like it. I didn't want the tip model because what do you do when you ride at night anyway, right? But I like the look of it, and I could add the extender and get some more height out of it even so, but because the windshield's so tall, I think it'll make it flex too much. I paid $130, not counting tax. I think it came out to $140 for it, around about that much. And they already gave me 20 back. They're gonna give me some more back. I had to send them some pictures about the scratch. I don't know if you can see it. It's not real major, but it's there toward the bottom there, kinda. I don't know if you see that. Anyway, it came like that in shipping. I like the bike, man. It's freaking awesome. For a 300, I can't believe it gets up to 100 miles per hour on the highway. I've had it to 98. Don't tell the police that, but anyway, the thing is pretty zippy. On the takeoff, though, I wouldn't brag it up too much. You get beat by some cars. You know what I mean? Unless you're really on top of it on your shifting and whatnot, you know, so you're gonna lose that on the takeoff, like at a traffic light. You know, you could match most cars, but if you're not quick on shifting, a car can pass you up on the takeoff. That part I don't like. Like if you're on the highway and you just need to get out of somebody's way, well, you're not gonna really do it with this bike. It's not really built for that. It's a good little city bike, but I like it for off-road or just playing around with. You know, I'm over here at the airport, not airport, but what is this? Mather, former Air Force base. You can see the planes in the background. I love this bike, man. I love how you can accessorize it, you know, and how you can make it look a little different and more zippy, more like a full-looking bike. Most people are surprised when I tell them it's a 300cc. They're shocked by that because it looks like almost at least a mid-sized bike, like a 600 almost. But even like 650s today, like the Versys 650, is gigantic. And me with I basically got a 29-inch inseam, and I can get the bows of my feet down fairly easily, but outside of that, I can't. I'm okay with that, but I gotta at least get the tippy toes of my feet down on the ground before I'll ride any bike. And most of the bigger touring bikes, adventure bikes, you can't do that if you got a short inseam like mine. This bike is made for somebody with a shorter inseam. The seat, the stock seat on there, I'm gonna put like an Airhawk pad or something on there and try that out. I don't like the stock seat. I've taken it on a 600-mile round trip and it was just murder. I had to stop every hour. That's how bad it is. I mean, I'm an older guy, kind of heavy, so maybe it's different for somebody that's younger and can handle the pain better. I don't know, but I didn't really care for it. Love the top case. Got that from Kawasaki. It was $100 flat, basically. I got it like a 20% discount or something. So it's slightly under $100. Install confused me until I realized you have to take off the there's a plastic part on the mount that bolts down to the you know, the back rail that pops off, and then you get access to where you got to put the screws through it. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that it popped off. It took me an hour to figure that shit out. There was no video on it, no instruction on it, nothing. Anyway, that's me. I'm just dumb. Anyway, fantastic bike, man. Really loving it. 2020 Versys X300. No ABS on this one. I wouldn't want it anyway, because then it malfunction you in the... It'd mess you up in the dirt. You know, if you get in the slick and try to go on a hard brake, you're not going to be able to do it with ABS. So I don't think an adventure bike needs ABS. I don't really care for ABS in anything, to be honest. Anyway, fantastic bike. I like the saddlebags. I paid less than I paid like $75 for these, and they expand. They unzip on the sides and expand out. And I didn't know that at first, and I was overpacking it, and I realized, hey, I could expand this. Holy shit, you know. And the crash bars, to install those, you got to take that fairing, you know, that plastic white fairing's got to come off. And I had to take that, the windshield off, and the front cowling off. This whole front cowling had to come off to get to the area that you install the 12-volt plug in, you know, to plug in the relay. You got to buy a relay if you want that 12-volt plug. Don't forget, get the 12-volt generic plug. It cost me less, about 20 bucks, I think it was, because the Kawasaki one, you don't need it. The generic one works. If you buy the Kawasaki one, you're going to pay like 80 odd bucks for it. And the relay, you just got to buy it OEM, I think. But it wasn't that bad. It was like 20 odd bucks too. I did the install myself. It's just kind of plug and play. I had to unwrap some of the wire in order to get the thing to plug in to the, I think, the relay or vice versa, or for the 12-volt plug receptacle. I had to unwrap some of the wire, but you just cut away the tape and stretch it out a little bit. It's not that bad. The worst part about it is really taking off all that plastic fairing and reinstalling it. I ended up with 3 extra screws. I have no idea where they go. Anyway, fantastic bike. I'm going to cut out and get riding again. You guys will enjoy. Bye.